It's the unofficial vehicle of Hollywood car chase bad guys. It is the sinister, anonymous black Mercedes sedan. But this Mercedes E-Class is packing a clean diesel, so I guess it's the official vehicle of eco-conscious, green-thinking Hollywood car chase bad guys. I'm Antoine Goodwin. Let's hop behind the wheel of this 2014 E250 BlueTec and check the tech. Now in the cabin you've got a nice blend of materials and some nice seats, which is pretty much what you'd expect from a car that starts at about $51,000. But Mercedes is going to nickel and dime you on some of the options. For example, this push-button starter, $650 option. That's something that comes standard on a Hyundai Veloster. You'll also pay extra for the ventilation in the seats and a little bit extra for this driver's seat, which has massage settings and some active bolsters that are going to kind of cup your sides when you go into a corner. It's a little weird, but I do like that feature and I don't mind paying a little bit more for it. Now the standard infotainment system in this car is going to be Mercedes' command system. It hasn't changed very much in the past 10 years, and that's a very bad thing because we don't really like this interface a lot. And it's kind of hard sometimes to tell exactly where things are hidden in this navigation system. For example, if you want to stop a route, you don't go under route, you go under destination. If you want to change your audio source, you pop into your audio source, and then you don't get a list of sources. You have to come down underneath this sort of drop-down menu and scroll through all of your audio sources. And admittedly, there are a lot of audio sources. We have iPod connectivity, but Mercedes still uses a 30-pin connector, and you can't plug Lightning to USB adapter into the standard USB port. So you're going to have to buy a 30-pin to Lightning adapter, and that's going to actually give you some pretty bad sound quality, and we don't really like the fact that Mercedes is doing that. But you also get pretty good voice command in this vehicle. You can actually press a button and say the entire address in one go. The problem is that when you're on the road and you've got road noise, I found the system needs a lot of correcting. You can also get Mercedes' Mercedes apps and their Embrace telematics system in this vehicle. And that's going to add things like Facebook integration or Yelp integration. So we found that it's really sluggish and really annoying, and you definitely don't want to spend your money on it. Now the tech that you won't want to skip is the safety tech. We've actually got one package, a driver assistance package, that's going to add a lot of this in one fell swoop. And in that you're going to get Mercedes' Distronic Plus system. That's their adaptive cruise control / pre-collision detection system that's going to use forward-facing cameras and radar to look out at the front of the vehicle and maintain a safe driving distance from the vehicle in front of you. And if a pedestrian steps out in front of you, it can detect that too and even bring the vehicle to a stop if you're going at a slow enough speed, or slow you down a little bit so that you don't completely plow over the guy. Now that Distronic Plus system is also going to tie in Mercedes' steering assistance system and lane keep assist systems, so that when you activate the adaptive cruise control, those systems come on automatically. It doesn't just beep at you when you start cruising out of your lane and into the next one. It'll actually add a little bit of steering to actively keep you in the middle of the lane. We've also got another option package that's going to add Mercedes' Park Assist system. That's their automatic parallel parking system that you can activate to allow this vehicle to steer itself into a parking spot. And that's also going to add a really cool around view camera system, similar to the one that we've seen on Infiniti and Nissan vehicles, but it adds a couple of different camera views, a detailed front view, a detailed rear view, and you kind of scroll through those with the command wheel, and it's really good for just kind of nudging and squeezing your car into a really tight spot. Those cameras are very cool. You're going to take control of the 7-speed automatic transmission, not with a console mounted shift lever, but with this steering column mounted lever. It's a little bit of a 3 on the tree here, but instead of 1, 2, 3rd gear, you've got the park, reverse, neutral, and drive. Now the E-Class is a big sedan with a lot of room in the engine bay for a big engine, but don't let this giant plastic cover fool you. Underneath it is a pretty small 2.1 liter twin turbo diesel engine. That's a 4-cylinder engine. Now output's going to be 195 horsepower, which is pretty impressive if you're comparing it to a Honda Accord, but that torque is going to be 369 pound-feet of torque coming out of this thing, and that's impressive no matter how you slice it. That's going to be mated to a one-option 7-speed automatic transmission, and that's going to get you an estimated 28 miles per gallon in the city, but this is a diesel. It's meant for cruising. So the big number here is the 45 miles per gallon that you can expect to get on the highway when you're just kind of cruising down the road. That's a really good fuel economy number for a vehicle of this size. Now, while we're at the front of the vehicle, let's take a minute to look at the headlamps. We've got equipped a $1,500 headlamp package that's going to add LED headlamps. That's a full LED array to replace the standard HID lights. Now, these lights are going to steer into the turns when you turn the wheel when you're going down the road. We've also got a $0 option, which is a rarity in this car. It's a sport package. It's going to add a sport tune suspension and a unique front end with a unique grille and this sort of chrome front wing. Now, I'm on the road in the E250 BlueTec, and man, it is nice to be a bad guy. This is a comfortable car. Now, the interesting thing about the diesel engine is there's not a lot of power on paper, but it's that torque number, like I said, that you really want to care about. Having that much torque on demand really low in the power band means that you don't really have to rely on that 7-speed transmission to do a lot of shifting when you want to roll on the power. You actually do have paddle shifters if you should decide that you want to do some shifting of yourself for some sporty driving, but if you actually just fire off a quick downshift, after a couple of seconds of not shifting, it will revert back to its automatic mode and shift for you again. Generally speaking, I've been very happy with the comfort and quietness of this vehicle and the efficiency that I get without having to sacrifice having power on tap when I need it. Diesel is the way to go for this kind of vehicle. All right, now the 2014 E250 BlueTec is going to start at $51,400, and it's pretty well equipped at that price. You're getting a lot of car for the money, and you're also getting that 45 miles per gallon on the highway, which is so awesome. Now, ours has a lot of safety tech, which you want, and a lot of convenience tech that you want. We've also got a lot of app tech, which you don't want. Skip that and you can go all in CNET style for $66,025. Again, still a pretty good deal, and you're getting a lot of car and a lot of efficiency for the price.